Hey people, welcome to the channel. Happy New Year. I hope everyone had an awesome start of this year. And there's a topic that I think is worth addressing. I mean, it's not as if we have a whole lot to talk about. The patch 4.0 is not in a great state, as you all know. We try to do our best, but it is what it is. Right now I'm actually trying to get out of here and get to the Pyro jump point. I haven't been there since this came out, since 4.0 came out. I did a lot of it in the EPTU, so not super thrilled about it, but running out of things to do, so let's go do that. Now, I was thinking about a big problem, one of the many problems we have. Of course, the main one we have is a business model that is quite clearly about just monetizing as much as possible while caring very little about what game we actually get. It's not about making a game, it's not about making new content, it's about selling ships and convincing people that yeah, you still can have fun if you buy this. Buying this other thing is super worth it. This one is so cool that you cannot miss out on it, right? That's what they focus on. So that's marketing, that's people on sales, that's the guys that they have working on whatever new ship they want to sell next, and that's basically what it all revolves around, with maybe 1, 2, 5% left for actual game development. It's not me saying things. This is something you can easily see given the amount of progress we've seen all year, which is negative. We have a worse game than we have last year, and only some dumb-ass chill motherfucker can deny that fact. The game is worse off than it was last year. Oh, but now we have Pyro. Do we really? Is that what you were thinking when you thought we would have Pyro? Copy-pasted space station with not a single city worth going to in the entire game. No, this is not what we were promised, definitely not what we got. But then we have another problem, which is even with that little 2, 3, 1, 5% of actually working on the game is, where is it that they want to take that to? So again, the main issue is not spending a single buck. Instead of making any new content, we will create zones for PvP in Pyro. You will go and shoot one another there, and I'm so lazy, I'm so not caring about this, that I'll not even put proper rewards. I'll just remove systems from the game as it exists, and that's gonna be the reward. I'm not even bothered in making a reward. Nothing like cool guns or some unique system that is a little bit more OP, maybe 10-15% better than the best one you can buy commercially. No, none of that. We will just remove what we already have, and that's gonna be your reward. Okay, that sounds terrible. I'm not interested at all, and a lot of people feel the same way. So that's what we're dealing with here. But at the same time, you have to decide, where are we going next in our space game? What is it? What comes after this? More of this 12 years per new system that is a huge disappointment? Yeah, that sounds terrible, right? Yes, it is. Are we going to focus only on PvP? Is this going to be a Fortnite in space? Well, you will have to decide. And by we, I mean you, I mean we, and I mean all of us. CIG will have to decide, you and I will have to decide what we want to play, because these are not compatible. And the thing is this, it's quite simple. It's very simple to understand. If you have exploration in a space game, you have a lot of space to explore, right? Think of, what, No Man's Sky, where you can easily go all day long without finding another person? Well, that's the thing. Even if you have thousands of people playing in the same game, if you have exploration, meaning I can jump from one system, because this has all been randomly generated with the assets that they already have, they could kind of get their shit together and in a few months have somewhat of a similar randomly generated system, not unlike No Man's Sky, even if it's just 1,000 systems, not millions, 1,000, 100. 100 systems randomly generated and a little bit manicured here and there. You'll never come across anyone else. And that's when PvP in this thing dies. At least PvP in the way that so many people want it to be. They want to force you into a fucking aquarium so as to have a shootout with you. And if you're not interested, and keep in mind what I do. What I do is not video games. What I do is survival and preparedness. That's what I've been writing about for many years. That's been my field of expertise. And let me tell you that as an expert in all of these violent confrontation possible situations, you're looking to avoid them. No matter how good you are at shooting, and I've had more training than most people, you could many years, lots of money invested in learning how to use different weapons and in different situations and in different countries. That's what I do. That's my profession. That's where you learn that avoiding confrontation is always the best thing you can do. Whenever possible. Sometimes you cannot. But if you can, you naturally will tend to avoid confrontation if you're not interested in. Of course, if you enjoy the Fortnite, the Call of Duties, if you enjoy, well, that's what you will go for. But I don't think this is what we were planning on. I have no problem with PvP. I actually like the thrill of maybe having a little bit of danger out there. But if you have one, you cannot have the other. If you have the freedom of exploring and just, I want to go there. No, I want to go there. I want to explore to that place. What's over there? Well, nothing. I don't care. I still want to go and see that nothing. When it's so big, you don't have people coming across each other. You can have some incentives. You can have some trade routes and so on. But the bigger it is, the harder it is for people to have PvP. And that's something that will need to be decided. What am I going to prioritize? Having true exploration in the space game, which makes sense, and that's what was promised. Or will I have my PvP community, which I have a lot of doubts if that's enough to sustain the economy of CIG. Guys, it's going to be all for now. See you on the next one. Take care.